Welcome again. So here is something that is often most interesting and appealing for many of you for our O-level English 1123 students. Narrative writing. Write a story in which a message was not given to the correct person. So this is a question from your May-June 2024 writing paper. And this is section B that we are doing and question for narrative writing. You have 25 marks for this. 10 marks are there for the structure and content, and 15 marks are there for style and accuracy of your language. It was a Friday afternoon, and the office was buzzing with the typical pre-weekend energy. My colleague Daniel approached my desk hurriedly. Can you pass this message to Mr. Stevens in marketing? It's urgent. I am running late for a meeting, he said, thrusting a folded note into my hand. I was preoccupied with finalizing a report as I nodded absent-mindedly. The moment Daniel left, the phone rang, pulling my attention away from the note. A string of tasks followed, and before I knew it, the end of the day was near. My mind barely registered the crumpled note sitting next to my coffee mug. That evening, as I was packing up to leave, I noticed the note again. Instinctively, I rushed to marketing, but Mr. Stevens had already left for the weekend. No problem, I thought. I will deliver it first thing Monday morning. Monday came around, and I sought out Mr. Stevens. I handed him the note and watched as his face transformed from mild curiosity to confusion. Why did you give this to me? He asked. Puzzled, I replied, Daniel asked me to. Isn't it about the meeting? Mr. Stevens shook his head. This note was not meant for me. It's for Mr. Stevenson from finance, not marketing. My heart sank. I had delivered the message to the wrong person. Panicking, I rushed to the finance department, hoping Mr. Stevenson had not missed anything important. But when I found him, his face was flushed with frustration. You are 2 days late with this, he snapped, crumpling the note in his hand. It was an urgent message about a critical budget meeting he had missed, resulting in confusion and setbacks in our project. I felt the fate of my mistake. The mix-up had caused a delay that would take weeks to rectify. The lesson was clear. In a fast-paced environment, even the smallest of tasks, like delivering a message, can have serious consequences if mishandled. As I walked back to my desk, I promised myself I would never let such a simple oversight happen again. Little did I know the repercussions of that missed message would ripple through the company for months. Here is now question number 5 from your narrative writing task. Write a story which includes the sentence, it was clear that time was running out, so we had to try something different. Okay. The storm clouds loomed dark and heavy as we navigated our small boat through the choppy waters. My best friend Alex was gripping the map tightly, though it was almost useless now. We had been searching for the legendary treasure for days, but the clues were harder to decipher than we had anticipated. As each wave crashed against the side of the boat, I could see the fear creeping into Alex's eyes. The air was thick with tension. We were close, I can feel it, Alex shouted over the roar of the wind, pointing toward the distant island. But something was wrong. The storm was coming faster than we had expected, and we were running out of time to reach the shore safely. It was clear that time was running out, so we had to try something different, I said, my voice barely audible over the howling wind. Like what? Alex asked, his eyes wide with panic. I scanned the horizon, thinking fast. The treasure map had led us to this point, but the storm was not going to wait for us to figure out the final clue. We have got to go around the island and find a safer spot to land. The waves are too strong here, I suggested. With little choice, Alex nodded and we adjusted our course. It felt like a gamble. Every second we spent circling the island brought the storm closer, but we had no other option. Rain began to pour and the sky grew darker. But as we rounded the island, I spotted a sheltered cove nestled between jagged rocks. There, I pointed, and Alex quickly steered the boat toward the calm waters of the cove. We we reached the shore just as the storm unleashed its full fury. Safe from the worst of the storm's wrath, we huddled under an outcrop of rocks, soaking wet alive. As the rain pounded down, I could not help but feel a surge of relief. We had made the right choice. The treasure, it could wait. Our lives were far more important than any pile of gold. And while the storm raged outside, we knew that sometimes the real treasure was simply making it through the storm in one piece.